2018. What a year. What a journey. 2018 has been a great year for me, and hopefully it's something that I can enjoy for the rest of my life. I've interviewed and met many people that I wouldn't have dreamt of meeting this time last year, and I've proven to myself anything is achievable as long as you put your mind to it. Let's have a look at my highlights of 2018. Number one was the very first reporting opportunity I had was going to St George's Park to see the England Cerebral Palsy team train. Now for me this was very inspiring for me. I thought that the players on the football pitch had something in common with me, and I think it really inspired me to start playing football again. I now train at West Bromwich Albion, and if it wasn't for going to St George's Park and seeing these players play football, train the way they did, I don't think I would be playing football now if it wasn't for that trip. I thought I came away from it and really took something from it, positive that I took from it. Got the opportunity to interview Harry Baker and Martin Sinclair, and to hear their story and background was also very interesting and very inspiring. And like I said, inspired me to start playing football again. Actually, see Harry Baker now at football training. And go to West Bromwich Albion once every 2 weeks. And yeah, that's a really good training session for me. You know, it's got me back into football. It's got me enjoying football again. And I don't think I think I've never enjoyed football as much. I always felt that I wasn't included as much. And now I think I'm really enjoying football and enjoying playing with West Brom, training with West Bromwich Albion. To get a tour of St George's Park as well was amazing. You know, to see the England dressing room, the England training facilities and what they're training, to the signature wall was amazing. And yeah, it was a very inspiring trip for me, but also very interesting and great trip all round. And also another thing with England Cerebral Palsy, in the summer they went to the Euros, and I had the opportunity to be their young match reporter, where I watched their games at the Euros and reported on them, did an article for the FA, and it was published on the FA's website. Now, to write for the FA is a very massive thing, and I think to achieve that at the age of 14 is quite amazing, really. You know, FA, to do for your country as well, it's a great opportunity, and maybe didn't go to plan as I'd like to. Still a very good opportunity and something that I really enjoyed doing. Great experience for the future, and something that hopefully I can do more of to get more experience of. I think number two is a football fan's dream. I got the opportunity in February? I got the opportunity in February to go to London to the Sky Sports studios while Soccer Saturday was being broadcasted. Now Soccer Saturday Soccer Saturday for most football fans is 3 o'clock kickoff. 3 o'clock, you're in front of the TV watching Jeff Stelling, Alan McInally, Matt Letizia, all reporting on the games they've had, and then obviously they go around the grounds. And that was a really interesting trip, and I think something very privileged to have done. Not many people get the opportunity to go around the studio, watch Soccer Saturday being broadcasted live, like being live on the TV, and I'm just behind it watching Jeff Stelling talking about matches, going live to different stadiums, being in the gallery, behind the scenes, and you don't really realise how much work goes into this show, but all behind the scenes you've got the galleries, the camera, the gallery. It's 2 minutes on the break. Loads of different screens. They're all going to different grounds, saying we'll go to this ground next, we'll go to Norwich next, or wherever. And it was really interesting for me, and I think it will be every football fan's dream to do that, because you know, Soccer Saturday is by far, in my opinion, the best football show and something that you can never beat. I think most football fans would agree with me there that Soccer Saturday is the Sky Sports, and Soccer Saturday is the centre of sports at the moment. So yeah, that was really inspiring as well, and something that I aspire to do one day. That is my dream job, to work at Sky Sports. So to get the feel for it and to walk around the studio, great experience and something I'll never forget. And also to interview Alan McInally, obviously a great player of the game and also a great pundit now, ex Aston Villa obviously. And ex-Aston Villa player, Celtic player, and yeah, to interview him, I previewed the Aston Villa game at that point, Aston Villa versus Fulham it was, and just to have a chat with him, you know, even off camera I was having a chat with him about media, about football in general. He's a really nice guy, and yeah, great to have a chat with, and he gave me some good advice, which I will remember and take on when it comes to having a job in the media world. Number 3 is going on Football on 5, the Championship highlight show. I got the opportunity to do a 30-second segment on my thoughts on Aston Villa this season and my opinions on the game. I got the opportunity to do a 30-second segment on my opinion on how Aston Villa were playing that season and my thoughts on the Aston Villa versus Ipswich game. It got selected to go on TV. These segments either go on social media or TV, and mine got selected to go on TV. So to be able to go on TV at the age of 13 was quite unreal, really, and something that hopefully I can do more of within the future. And yeah, the responses I got from that was amazing, and yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed doing that.
A club like this has got to be certainly at the top end of the Championship, but as you know, it's not easy.
So last season we only had one goal scorer in Jonathan Kodjak, and when he went out long-term injured, it really did not look good. But now we've got other players like Albert scoring goals. The future looks really bright at Aston Villa, and promotion is looking really good.
We'll talk about the ability that Villa have, as Jude pointed out, in just a moment.
And my hero, Jack Grealish, after the game. Number 4 is my experience at Aston Villa versus Leeds United with Sky Sports. I got the opportunity to be in the Aston Villa tunnel with the Sky Sports team and see how they broadcast the pre and post match analysis. And this is something that meant a lot to me. You know, for it to be the club that I support, is something that, you know, a lot of people would. A lot of football fans would dream of, you know, to do it with the club you support, to be in the tunnel, to watch the Sky Sports players come out, and yeah, to watch another experience is something that I don't think you'd ever experience unless you're an actual player, is being in the tunnel before you walk out. They don't show this obviously, but in the tunnel they play pumping music so that gets the players ready for the game, and it's something, you know, that I don't think you'd ever experience unless you're actually a player or obviously work for Sky Sports. So that was something that was very different to experience, something that you wouldn't expect to happen. So yeah. Then after the match, also before the match, got to interview Steve Bruce, who is a really nice person. Shame that, you know, he got sacked this season. It was time to go, but he's a really nice person. Having met him, he had a lot of time for me, and every time you've seen him around the ground, he would say hello to me. And yeah, really nice person and a great person to interview. You know, asked him about the team lineup, where you think he can go from here. Yeah, great person to interview. Really enjoyed that one. And if we do get the right result today, Steve, is our automatic promotion hope still alive?
Still alive, and of course one thing it does do, it cements us in the playoffs. So if we have to go through the playoff positions, then we'll have to. But
then after the match, something that probably means the most to me from that trip is interviewing Jack Grealish, my hero. I got the opportunity to interview Aston Villa midfielder Jack Grealish, and someone who I've grown up watching playing football. To get the opportunity to interview a hero at the age of 13 was surreal, really, and I still get goosebumps about it now. So yeah, that was a great opportunity, great person to speak to. Got a lot of time for me. An Aston Villa fan and living in Birmingham, what is it like being able to help the team to get to the Premier League?
Yeah, well, you know, I think everyone knows that I've always said that I've had a season ticket since I was 4. So
I think the main thing I've took from all of this is that you can achieve anything you want in life. If you put your mind to it and work hard, then anything's achievable in life. I think having a disability makes me a stronger person, as I want to prove to people that I'm equal, and that you can achieve anything you want in life. And I think people always talk about what you can't do with disability, and it's not what about you can't do, it's what you can do. You've got to prove them people wrong and say, you know what, I've also got a lot of things in the pipeline for next year, a lot of interviews, a lot of series coming out on the channel, so stay tuned for that. I want to make it bigger and better next year in 2019, and I want to make it just as good. I want to be sitting here next year talking about all the other amazing opportunities, this time next year talking about all the amazing opportunities I've had next year, And yeah, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new, and turn on your post. If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click here to watch them in full. Also, subscribe if you're new, so you can follow my journey to the media world. Notifications, but until next time, goodbye.